Looking back, do you ever feel that you got it all wrong? That was my thought today when I was thinking of this channel, thinking about me wanting to do videos on leadership, on how to help people be better and change the world. This is a great idea. On the other hand, I think I got it all wrong on the way I want to get there. And you know how I got this idea from today? I was listening to a video from Evan Carmichael that he posted today, and I'm going to put the link below. It goes like this. This is the secret entrepreneur success formula. When I looked at this, I said, okay, let's see if I can watch a video and see if I can learn something. And guess what? His idea of the entrepreneur success formula is the fact that you take what you love, your passion, and once you know what it is, you try to find how you can bring more value to others. Now, if you look at what I've been doing for the last 50 plus years, me living, enjoying life, adventures, and so on, being a teacher for more than 20 years, I love to learn and to teach. I also learn that the more you learn, the more you show others and you teach. And at the same time, you get to lead people in becoming better versions of themselves. Okay, so that's something I can do. The biggest issue, and it is this milestone journey, is how can I make this a way for me to build a business so that I can use this platform, YouTube, to have an outreach um, beyond the classroom. Okay, so there you go. So I got it down path with the fact that I do what I love. I love learning. I love teaching. And um, in this here YouTube video, there you go. I've been thinking about leadership and sharing with others what leadership is all about. The difficulty, though, that I realize is that I know a lot about leadership, but the question is, do I know enough to bring value to others? Now, from what I read, I share with you. My thinking, I share with you. So I know that I've made great contribution and you've learned from me as I was learning through this. So I was learning topics, ideas, I was reflecting on them and I was sharing them with you, a bit like teaching. And the idea is how can I get this teaching idea into leading and making it into a business? And that has been always my big thing. And the idea here is once you know what your passion is, then you need to figure out how can you make it so you can increase your outreach. Because keep in mind that being able to be there for one person is amazing. For 10 people is amazing. For 100 people is amazing and even more. The question is, how can we expand this idea? So Evan Carmichael in his book here and his movement. So he wrote this book, Momentum, and he has movement makers. And the idea is, how can you take your passion, your ideas, and making it to a movement so that you can help others achieve the best version of themselves? So thinking about that, I said, okay, I love the idea of leaderships, but do I have enough experience in the idea of leadership to bring value? And I think that in many ways, if you think of a CEO of large companies or people that are athletes, the leadership they have, I don't. Okay, so I cannot help them. On the other hand, what I can do is take my experience as a teacher and share that more and more so that everybody in this community and outside, new people coming in, will realize that if there's something they're passionate about, all they have to do is find a way to bring more value. And in order to do that, you need to figure out, okay, what is the value I can bring? And I was thinking that what I missed in all of this project is the fact that I need to bring more and more idea on how I can share my experience as a teacher so I can help you, my community, the audience, to be better teachers. And you will say, okay, why is being a better teacher something that can lead me to become a better leader? So let's see, this is how the story goes. First of all, we all have to learn. When we learn an idea, we learn a new skill, then we become more proficient. So if you look at how things are going, you get like a young person going through the school system, getting more and more knowledge and skills so they can become better and can contribute to a job. If you are in the workplace, you're building your skills, you get better, and then you can be promoted into leadership positions, and that is quite amazing. If you go into leadership um, a leadership position, you have to keep in mind that you've learned a lot. Now you can, as a leader, teach other, and at the same time help others and yourself lead your department, lead how things are going. So in my classroom, the way it goes is like this. I love to learn, and I bring ideas in my classroom. I help my students to learn. Perfect. I do teach in my classroom different concepts, but I do love my students' voice for them to share with me ideas, what they like to do. If it's a language class in science, for them to experiment and share with me their learning journey. Because when they can tell me what they've learned, at the same time, they can teach me and they can teach other in the classroom. And that's quite nice. Now, once a person can teach other, then we can start thinking that we can lead. Okay, so let's see. If you are a person that is in a management position, you know enough that you can teach other to do their job, but also make it so that they can become independent enough so you don't have to micromanage them, but you can tell them what to do, guide them to do the best job they can do. Same thing with my students in the classroom. And you say, well, how can someone in grade 7 can be a leader? Well, someone in grade 7 has learned a lot of things until grade 7, so they can certainly teach people in grade 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 what they've learned, and at the same time lead them to better understanding. Because if you can lead others towards more success, then this is the ultimate things you can do. So if you think of me as a teacher, I am there to help students become the best version of themselves so that beyond my classroom, in the future, they can lead their lives and be great contributors in society. If you think of a parent, it's the same thing. As a parent, sometimes when you get a kid or two or three, when you first have one, it's very hard. You're learning a lot. And then by learning to be with them, then you start teaching them. And by teaching them, they get better, they grow, they can contribute in a family. And then together you keep growing. Because at the same time, when young people learn and they teach parents and adults, what happens is that's how we can have an evolving society. That's the only way. Because if you don't listen to people with new ideas, how can you have an evolving family or evolving business in that case? If you're an entrepreneur, often if you think of when someone starts a business, someone sees something, sees that there's a problem somewhere, there's an issue, and then the entrepreneur says, okay, from that issue, I can certainly, from learning about it, create a solution. And by creating a solution, then you say, okay, excuse me, I have the solution to that problem, and therefore I have, let's see, how you call it? You call this like a product or service to solve that problem. Now, once you have this, you have now to teach it to others so that you can grow your business. Because if you keep it to yourself and you become a solo entrepreneur, it's great. But is it really a business? Once you can share with others what you know, your project, your product, your service, what happens then? You have a business that grows. So through learning, you learn that you have to teach what you've learned. And at the same time, people learn with each other so you can improve the product and service. That's exciting. And at the same time, if you're an entrepreneur, then you are learning as a business your market so that you can improve your company, grow your company, improve profit margins. And ideally, what you want is the more you grow as a company, the more you can be a contributor to the world and your community. And I think that is the what I've discovered today from that video from Evan Carmichael. So the whole idea is I know what I'm passionate about. Excellent. And I'm sure that you know yourself what you're passionate about. And by the way, if you can put in the comments below, I would love to know what you're passionate about. The next thing is, how can I bring more value to my community? And that's the question you need to ask yourself. How can you bring more value? So some of it can be esoteric. It's, oh, yes, I want to help people in some ways. But you need to have walked the path to be able to have learned enough so you can bring value or more value to your community. And that's something that we need to keep in mind. And that's why you need to keep learning and growing. Because the more you learn and grow, the more you can help others. The more you can help others in increased value, the more chance you'll be able to get revenue from the value added that you have. And at that case, you'll be able to possibly grow your team, make it so that you can help more people. And ultimately, this is what a business model is. There's something that there is a problem, or you see there's something that could be better. You bring a solution, and my solution is, I think I can be much better helping others realize how learning so that they can teach, so that they can lead. If I can show that transition, I think that would bring more depth to my message. And that's my discovery of today. Because this journey, this milestone journey, is this whole idea is, how can I make it so that I can better understand my journey, better understand how I can help others, and ultimately make it a business. And that is a process that I'm working on. I know it's taking time, but I know that I'm going to get there. And with you together, we're going to find ways to build something amazing. On this, I'm going to put here and here a link to my milestone journey. So I'm creating one video a day on my journey to share my progress. And it will show you that if I can do it, you can certainly do it as well. And I'm going to put here a link to let's see. I'm going to put the link to a playlist of videos about the Momentum book, because this is this stepping stone from where I've been starting to change my mindset so that we can, in some ways, be a learner, so that I can teach, so that I can lead more. On this, I'm going to see you in the next video, and thank you for being here. See you in the next video.